This walkthrough will show you how to use the manual association feature for importing data. The manual association panel is where your data goes if there are not field boundaries for the GPS points to fall into. You can see in the side panel each file and the number of GPS points it contains. Once data is in the manual association panel, it is imported to the field the same way whether it's yield data, as applied data, or anything else. Since I already have data loaded, I will go through the steps I use to import it. There are two ways you can get data into this manual association panel. If you're using the Data Upload tab, any data that doesn't fall into a field boundary automatically is sent to manual association. When the upload finishes, it just appears here automatically. The other way to import data to manual association is from the Map tab using the manual association import. First, select the type of import you'll be doing. For most yield data, the yield raw import works well. You must select the date and crop. If the date and crop information are stored in the yield data, and it usually is, check the boxes for use data from file if available. Next, click Choose File to browse out to where your data is saved. Once you have selected your data, click the Upload button. The processing time will vary on the file size and internet connection you're using. You can refresh the page occasionally to display any data that has already been sent to manual association. Once you have data files in the manual association section, you can click on the checkboxes to zoom to where that data is at. You'll need to create a new field before you can do anything with the data. To do this, right-click on the farm level in the management tree and click Add Fields. If you aren't sure of the farm or field name, you can give it a temporary name and always change it later. You can also add multiple fields at once to cut down on time by clicking the New Item button. For example, I'm giving these fields a temporary name that I can go back and change later. Once you have field names, just click Save. Once you've saved the fields, they now appear in the management tree with a question mark beside them. The question mark indicates that there is no boundary for the field. Next, I'll drag all of my new fields into the mapping area. You can start by checking the files that have a large amount of data points. Chances are, the very small files are not complete fields. These are much easier to assign once the entire boundary has been created. When you click on a file, the map zooms to the area where the data was collected. I'm going to click on the first field that I'm going to create, and now in the Tools section, I'm going to choose to go into Boundary Mode. From Boundary Mode, you have an option to select tools from this menu. From here, you can choose to digitize a new field or to create a field based off of a CLU boundary. I will just choose a CLU by clicking the plus sign in the upper portion of the maps and making sure that the CLU layer is turned on. Next, I'll come up to the toolbox and choose New CLU Boundary, and then just click in the CLU that I want to make the boundary. You'll notice that this yield data is in more than one CLU. Chances are this field is farmed altogether. To get multiple CLUs, I'll go back and reselect New CLU Boundary, and then click in each boundary I want to import. Once this is done, I'm just going to click Save. You'll get a warning saying that if there is already a field boundary for this field, it's going to be overwritten. Now I have created a field boundary for this yield data to land in. To get it out of the manual association panel and into the field, I'll just come down here to the menu and choose Associate to Selected Field. If you have several new boundaries created below on the map, you can also select Auto Associate to List. This allows you to select multiple files and assign them all at once. Once the files have been assigned to a field, they appear in the management tree as a data layer that you can use to create maps or recommendations. This walkthrough has shown how to import data using the manual association panel.